guys, Matt here with another horror review, and for today's movie I'm going to review a flick called Street Trash, which came out in 1987. Let me start off by saying this is an awesome movie. Definitely check it out, especially if you're into trauma. It's a very trauma-esque type movie. I'm talking fast because I tried to do this review before and wasn't happening. Way too long because this is such a good movie, so check it out. This is the one disc released by Synapse Films. There is a 2-disc out there, and I definitely want to get it. It's totally uncut, high-definition widescreen taken from the original film negatives. It's got a theatrical trailer, it's got liner notes, chapter selection, and it also comes with cool stickers for Viper, which is the alcohol they sell in this movie. Movie Hound 71 has this on his update as well, so I definitely want to get the 2-disc though, because this was a used copy that I bought and did not come with the Viper stickers, which are very cool. So 1987 this came out, and it was written by a guy, Roy Frumks, I think is how you say it. And he's got an interesting history, especially for me, because he was an extra in Dawn of the Dead, and he was the very first pie-in-the-face zombie who got a pie in his face. And he would later go on to write and be in Document of the Dead, which came out in 1985, which was a document on Romero's Dead films with behind-the-scenes footage of Dawn of the Dead, which I have. So that's a good one as well. And then, of course, that came out in 85, and then in 87, he wrote this movie, Street Trash, which came out, which I'm reviewing. And then later on, he would go on in 2005 to write a documentary called Dream of the Dead, George Romero, which I've never heard anything about, and I should really check out, or try to locate, because it sounds interesting, and I really like Document of the Dead, which he also wrote. So, on to the actual movie, The Street Trash. What Street Trash is, it basically revolves around homeless people in New York who have taken up living in this New York junkyard. On one half of the junkyard, you have this homeless guy that was in the Vietnam War who's really huge and wears army fatigues all the time and has flashbacks to Nam and is very unstable. He's built himself a throne in the middle of the junkyard, and he has other hobo friends that he acts more like soldiers to him, and he bosses them around and stuff. And he has a homeless woman there for any other type of needs he would need, if you know what I mean. And on the other side of the junkyard, you have the main character, who has a full beard and a fedora and looks like the guy from Manos Hands of Fate. And he lives in a tire pyramid that they built in the junkyard, and the way you get in it is through a car, which is really cool. And he lives there with his brother and his friend, another homeless friend, which is black. And basically the movie is all about homeless people in New York. And of course, they're winos. They really like alcohol and stuff. And so they go to this one alcohol place, or liquor store. I'm sorry, alcohol place. And they go to this one liquor store where a guy finds, just hidden in the back, he finds this liquor called Viper. And it's really old and outdated, so he puts it on sale for $1. And of course, so all the people go there, and so the main character goes there, and he buys $1, or he steals, I should say, $1, the dollar Viper. But through a series of other events, it gets stolen from him and eventually drunken. And when you drink the Viper, your tongue turns different colors, and you basically melt, not with blood going everywhere, but instead of blood, they used like colorful paints, like bright blues and greens and yellows all mixed together. So basically you melt into a freaking colorful paint blob, and it's really awesome. It's almost like they couldn't find the right color of red to use, so they're like, screw it, let's just go with colorful paint, which actually works and makes it kind of unique in my opinion. As you can see from the front cover here, the guy's melting, and this is one of the first deaths you get to see, where he sits in an abandoned, broken down apartment, and he sits on the toilet to drink, and he just kind of melts into the toilet. And so it's really kind of a weird plot. And then it also has a subplot where the other guy, the Vietnam guy, has flashbacks, and there's an Asian woman that works at the junkyard, and so that makes him have flashbacks and stuff like that. And there's just, I mean, I don't want to, it's really hard to explain the movie. I mean, there's a funny scene in the beginning that's almost like a Three Stooges scene, where the hobo steals something, and he starts being chased by the person that he stole from, and then he causes a car wreck to happen, so the guy that was in the car wreck gets out and starts chasing him, and they just go all over New York City. It's crazy and funny. And then his black friend is funny. In one scene, he goes and he's like, he takes $3 and he's like, I'm gonna get us a good meal. And he goes in the grocery store and proceeds to put everything in his pants. And an old white woman catches him and goes and tells on him. And his confrontation with the store people is really funny. And there's another part where the main hobo finds a girl in the alley who is really drunk and takes her home to have sex with her. Turns out that the girl's boyfriend is a mob boss that runs a restaurant, and he blames the doorman, who's a little smart-ass kid, because he just let the hobo take her away. And there's a funny scene in the police station where he basically and so there's a bunch more melty scenes where people melt into colorful awesomeness, and this is really Troma-esque. As a matter of fact, the owner of the junkyard is a fat guy who would later star in some Troma movies such as The Toxic Avenger and The Class of Nukem High. In The Class of Nukem High, he played the power plant guy, the fat guy in the power plant. And so, you know, this really did feel, with all the special effects and the way people die and just the disgustingness of it, and that fat guy added to the Troma-esque feeling of this movie. So I basically give this movie an 8 out of 10. It is very funny, and if you're into that type of stuff, definitely check it out. And it was kind of cool because I really liked this movie. And then later on the next week, I watched Poultrygeist, which I also loved. So I'll be reviewing that as well. So this has been my review of Street Trash. Check it out if it seems like something that interests you. I'll see you guys when I see you.
Baby, I ain't sure you don't got a cock. Oh, no!